Well, I got my first find for the day. Little Buck Creek barbed with the base missing, but man, that's a very well made, beautiful little point. And I know for the last 2 years, I just keep saying over and over, the conditions aren't very good. Conditions aren't very good because they haven't been. We haven't had much rain. I had some fields that were turned really nicely the last 2 years, and it just never rained on them. The rivers haven't flooded. It has been really poor conditions, but somehow I've managed to find some pretty good stuff and quite a bit of stuff in the last couple of years just by staying after it and working hard. But I'm not saying that today. Today conditions are great. Where I just found this, this side hasn't been visible for at least 6 months. I mean, it's the water dropped a little bit and it rained a little bit last night, and I've already hit a couple of my best sites and not found anything till I just found this on a place that I usually don't find anything. But I cannot say conditions are bad, because conditions are excellent. I'm having a good time just seeing some of these sites that haven't been visible for 6 months. Look at all this fire-cracked rock and chert flakes laying everywhere. It's just it's a fun day to hunt when it's like this. So I'm just letting this camera run for a bit in case I find something, bring you along with me. Definitely a lot better than the last time I went. I didn't film it because I didn't find anything, but I stepped on the proverbial rusty nail last time, drove it through my boot, and had to go get a tetanus shot. So haven't done that yet today. You've always got to be careful when you're out walking, whether it's along a river or creek or in a field or wherever you're at, because you're paying so much attention looking for artifacts, you can miss other hazards. I've walked into limbs that were hanging down and stepped on things and punctured my foot last time, but it's not hurting too bad, and got my tetanus shot. I'd been 8 years since I had one anyway, so I was due. Sometimes days when it's perfect like this, you don't find anything, but I've got high hopes, and I just walked that really thick little stretch, didn't find anything. Well, the whole thing's, everywhere I'm looking is thick today. It's amazing. Just a lot of visibility, a lot of sites that I haven't seen since probably April or May. They've just been mucked in, and the river has somehow unmucked them, so there's stuff to look at again. So if I find anything else, I'm gonna shut the camera off, but if I find another one, I will get back at you. Just stepped over a cluster of logs, and I got this laying here, small draw chert, heat treated mull draw. I think it's probably a hafted scraper, or what people refer to as a blunt. Point's been broken and reworked and used as a scraper, but let's see. Nope, that one's just broken. Doggone it. All right, I just ran into the mud stompers. I hope they're having some luck. They went one way and I went the other, and I just had a little luck. My first hole one of the day, some kind of a little, probably little dart point out of heat treated, not sure what kind of chert, but it's nice and red, and it's a nice little atlatl dart point, and a nice hole one for the day, and one to put in my case. Okay, the days were so short, I'm running out of daylight already, but I walked down this beach and came back up, and look at this beauty just laying here. I can't tell if there's any damage towards the tip on this side toward me or not. Looks like it might have a little bit, but very nice point. Let's see. No, it's perfect. Paper thin. Absolute killer. That made the day worthwhile. Awesome. December 17th. This top of the hill, the grassy area, it's turned in between there. I'm going to plant about 100 persimmon trees in there. And then this part out on the edge is going to be a food plot. So I've turned it, and had a little rain last night, and looking right here in this tire track, and I see looks like a pink point. I don't know if it's whole or whatever. Looks like a stem piece, heat treated something or another. So wasn't expecting to find anything today. I just turned this and just had a little bit of rain and thought I'd look at it. Won't be able to hunt that anymore once I plant all the trees and let it go back to nature. But anyway, here's something in the tire track, and I'm hoping it's all there. No water to clean it off with anywhere nearby. It's a nice late archaic stem piece out of heat treated Jeffersonville chert. Jeffersonville chert comes out in southeastern Indiana. It's almost a whitish color, but when it gets heat treated, it turns kind of gray like concrete and can get pink and red in it like this piece. Well, Jacob's got one, but unfortunately he's already told me it's missing a barb. I haven't found anything here since July, but the last time I brought him here, he found 2 broken buck creeks, so I'm guessing that's what he's got again, and he's found other buck creeks here, so. Yes, indeed. That would have been a fine one, too. What an incredible buck creek. Just absolutely paper thin. Sharp. I'm going to wash it off. They always have a barb missing, or else the base is damaged. Man, that is a, look at that. You can't get much thinner than that. That is an incredible point, but just missing 1/8 of an inch of a barb, it looks like. It's just about sunset, and I've got something laying on the ground here. Looks like maybe a blade, maybe like an Adena preform blade or something. Of course, it could be broken or it could be anything. So I'm just waiting on Jacob. Let's see what we got. That's a blade. It's a little thicker than I was hoping for, but it's the best thing I found today. Anyway, well, Jacob just found the first axe he ever found in his life. We didn't get it on film because he didn't realize it was anything. He just reached down, flipped it up. This is the same field I found an axe in at the end of the summer. Let's take a look at that. Oh, that's a nice one. Oh, that's perfect. There's not a single implement mark on it. I don't think I've ever found an axe without a plow or disc mark on it. That's probably the, it's not real big, but that's the finest. Look at the bit on that. Super sharp and not a ding on it. I don't know how it's not ever been hit by an implement, but I don't think it has been. That is a beautiful axe. Yeah. All right, so Jacob just found an axe, and 5 minutes later he's got some kind of a point base sticking out here. Don't know if it's all there or not, or if it's a blunt, but he's going to pick it up and we'll see. And just what I thought, it's a hafted scraper or a blunt, it looks like. Maybe broken. We'll have to look at it more closely. But anyway, he's on a roll right now. We've been hunting about 5 minutes. Probably today was probably our last hunt of the year, unless we get a bunch of rain between now and New Year's. So I'm just going to show you some of the things we found. Going back in time, this would be the oldest. I found this at the beginning of December. Real nice point, ground base on it and serrated. Beautiful piece out of Wyandotte Chert. I found this piece just about 150 yards from my house. This is heat-treated Jeffersonville Chert. It is either late Archaic stemmed or early Woodland stemmed, probably late Archaic stemmed, like a Karnak or McWhinney type of thing. I have to look at it a little more closely. But then I found this really nice big sandy blunt. Base is ground, and look at that. They used that for everything they had. When I say blunt, they weren't really blunts necessarily. They were probably scrapers. Most of them were scrapers, hafted scrapers, to scrape hides, and you have this beveled edge. That was the scraping surface, so they worked it down and worked it down to where they really didn't have anything left. Look at that, how skinny that scraping edge is. They got their money's worth out of that point. Then I took Jacob hunting the other day, and he found this beautiful big sandy, another hafted scraper or blunt. Base is ground. This is fossiliferous chert, either Allen's Creek or Harrodsburg chert. Then he got this Brewerton Matanzas cluster point. This would have been an Atlatl dart point, middle to late Archaic. And then just, this would have been a museum piece. This Buck Creek, look at the flaking on that. I don't know how well the camera's picking it up indoors here, but that thing is just incredibly well made. Thin, you know, thin as a credit card, literally. Just incredible workmanship on whoever made that, and just one little barbs off of it, but that would have been a museum grade. And I pulled this out. He found this last year within about 2 feet of it, so he may have him a little cache there in his little spot that he hunts. I've never really looked there, but he has kind of a little special place where he finds those. So anyway, these two buck creeks were probably made by the same person. Look at that. They're about the same size, roughly the same material, and just both extremely thin and well made. As you can see, this one's also like a credit card thin too. Then we went out today. And I planted some wildflowers last year in a power line cut, and they were supposed to be perennials, and then the power line company came in and just totally destroyed my wildflower patch, so I had to plow it up again. At the end of the summer last year, I found a perfect axe there. It's on one of my videos. It was kind of a fluted axe. It had a groove down the top. So that same place, Jacob and I went today, and he found this nice late archaic hafted scraper or blunt out of, looks like maybe Stanford chert. But then he also pulled out this beautiful axe. This is very well polished, just smooth as can be. In the field, I didn't think it had any implement marks on it, but it has a few. They're not real bad, but you can see there it has been hit, but the mud was kind of filling those up and hiding it. But it's still in better shape than most of them we find in the fields around here. But just a really nice bit on it, just a really nice full grooved axe. That's the first axe Jacob's ever found. He's found a lot of really nice points in his life, but that was his first axe. So he's been with me 2 times when I found axes before, but this is his first axe that he found himself. But look at the grooves, really well defined and kind of a raised ridge around it. It's polished real smooth. You can see the pecking right up here, and then the part here on the faces of it is just really, really smoothed out nicely. So this is a beautiful axe. I forgot Jacob also got this Snyder's-ish point. It's some kind of a middle woodland piece, maybe more like a Steuben. It's like it's transitioning between a Snyder's and a low flared base, where you're getting from middle woodland to terminal middle woodland, but made out of Wyandotte chert, and it's a beauty too. So we did really well here at the end of December, and we just feel fortunate and blessed to have found these things and to have saved them. The implement would have destroyed this one and this one next time the field was turned, and the water moving would have probably busted these. These were all found near rocks, and if one more fluctuation, the water probably would have busted them up and destroyed them forever. So we saved these artifacts from destruction, learned a little bit about the past. All these sites have state numbers have been recorded, so we've recorded the information and preserved the knowledge, and we've also preserved the artifacts, and we appreciate them. They're not going to just get busted up in the field or in the river. They're going to be looked at and shared with a lot of people, and we're just fortunate to have been the ones who have been able to salvage them. And I hope you all are having a great holiday season, and hopefully in 2024 we'll do even better, and hopefully a lot of you will too. Thank you.